Boom, boom, this skin, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, we're getting a little bit of Bleach Immortal Souls on today. We got a few things to cover, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it. New event is up for the new character, who is Wonderweiss. So let's take a look at Wonderweiss here. SSR character, so nothing earth-shattering here or game-breaking in terms of Wonderweiss. As you know, Wonderweiss does not have a very large viewership. I think what we've seen maybe 3 or 4 times in anime. But he's got a pretty cool kit in the anime, but not enough here to really worry about. Not something we're going to go ahead and break the bank over. As you can see, he deals damage to a single enemy. Okay, he's got a little bit of a rage reduction capability here. He does have a DOT, a burning. Okay. Dispels 1 stack of burning, 1 stack from all allies. So he does have a little bit of healing ability there. So he's not a bad character by any stretch of the means. Wonderweiss has increased effect resistance, okay? But not something I need right now, so I'm not going to worry about it. Now, I don't like the events that they have, this tour challenge event. They've done this before, and I don't like it. So let me explain a little bit about what goes on. You get 5 challenges on a daily basis, okay? It's random, who you'll have to fight. It'll be another team. So you fight the team, okay? If you win, you get 3 keys, okay? And you have 5 challenges, so you can get up to 15 keys a day. Now, first off, always challenge who you draw immediately, okay? Don't worry about that. Even if they look like they're more powerful than you, it doesn't matter. You don't lose the challenge when you use it. You only lose one of your challenges when you win and get your keys. So you can chat, but the problem is you need to do it even if you lose, because you only get 3 refreshes. Okay, after you get your 3 refreshes, then it starts costing. So you want to try to just do it within your 3 refreshes to make sure that everything is, so you don't have to start spending anything to get more refreshes. I've beat multiple times. I beat teams that I did not think I was going to win. I actually beat a team today that had 2 Rainbow 1 characters. Rainbow 1, as you know, is after Red 5. The next enhancement is Rainbow, with the rainbow colored shards and all that stuff. But yeah, so I did actually beat a team that had 2 Rainbow 1s in it. So you might beat the team even if you don't look like you're more powerful than them. Just do it anyway, but because you don't lose it. Okay, but you have to keep those refreshes simply because of the fact that if you do fight and lose, when you go to challenge again, it's still the same person you just lost to. So you definitely, that's why they have the refreshes, because you can't advance until you beat that character or refresh the screen to get a new pool. So always do the challenge and make sure that you lose before you actually use the refresh. Don't look at a character and say, oh my god, I'm not going to beat him, and then hit refresh. Don't. You might beat him. You might very well lose. Then you don't waste a refresh if you don't have to, because there's only 3 free wins. Okay, so that's just a little heads up on this event. I don't like the event simply because of the fact that it's running on this grid. I hate the grid system here. I don't like grid systems because, for instance, I'm at the 3rd tier right now. Okay, I cleared stage 1 on the 1st day. The 2nd pool I hit it. Okay, so that's obviously gated towards me. Obviously, I cleared the 2nd stage yesterday evening after my 4th pool. You get 5 if you do your 5 challenges. You get 3. You get 15 shards, which allows you to pool 5 times. Okay, so yesterday I pooled 4 and then I hit it. Bam. Okay, and now I'm at stage 3. I used my last one and then I pulled 4 today. Did not get it. Okay, so. But I'm on stage 3. This event's only going to be up for 4 more days. 6 days is how long the grid's open, but the actual way that you get the keys through the tour is actually only open for 4 days. So don't confuse the 2. They always leave the actual grid open for a few extra days just in case you're undecided what you want to do, or if you haven't been able to get logged in to use some of the keys you might have. They give you a little extra days. Also, they give you that so that you know how much you need to buy. If you want to purchase keys, this will tell you how many keys you need to buy if you want to get a certain item. Wonderweiss is on the 4th tier. You're going to need to hit him twice, not once, because he's 50 shards. You need to hit him twice. Okay, I will be on that next hit. And then, of course, if you want to go full to 7, you can get Armored Yurichi's Awakened item. So it is what it is. I don't like this. It's too much chance. I like the Karakura. I know that if I can manage to get my 19 or 20 tokens, that I'm going to have enough to get him. Okay, I'm going to have enough to get the new character. There's no guarantee I'm going to get this character, which makes me wonder: do I want to go for the 5 Omni shards or for the 25 Wonderweiss shards? Simply because of the fact 25 Wonderweiss shards does not do me any good. It doesn't. I have to get him twice. If I don't have enough days left, I might not be able to get him twice. So it's I could have instead be going for these 5 Omni shards and then maybe get some of the essence, or use some of these tech research tokens, which you don't see very often. Right here, because I need to hit it. Now, if this was 50, I would definitely go for it, simply because I only had to hit it once, and there's probably a good chance of me getting it once if they've gated this the way they normally gate things. But if they've gated it like they did the Christmas event with the Orihime Zurukiyas, no, you're probably not going to get it. Because as you know, they gated in stages where you actually started getting shards. They gated it towards the system instead of gating it towards the player, which is why people were unhappy and they apologized. They gave everybody rewards. So I don't know if they've gated this. I know that the first 2 stages have been gated because I got them, pretty quick. First day, second day and I'm now on the 3rd, but I've only pulled 4 times on this one. So if I'll probably end up getting it tomorrow, most likely. And then I'll be to the point where I can choose the 4th stage. Like I said, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. If I do get it tomorrow, I'll probably go ahead and do Wonderweiss, simply because there's a medium chance that I might end up hitting him twice before the event ends. But if I don't get it tomorrow, I'll probably just go with the Omni shards, because the Omni shards do me good. 25 Wonderweiss shards do me no good at all. They're useless to me. Can only be used on Wonderweiss. I'm not going to put Wonderweiss in my team. I would like to get the character just because I'm collecting characters, but there will be other times where I'll be able to get Wonderweiss. Okay, even though I don't need him. But the reason of the Omni shards is because I'm almost to the point where I can actually, start thinking about looking into who I'm going to take up. Now, I'm obviously going to take up Kenpachi pretty soon. I'm at 200 shards with Kenpachi, so I only need 40 more shards, and you can get those within the Kenpachi contest in the shop. So I'm at 29,000, so I'll hit this tomorrow. I will hit 32,000, and I'll be able to. I'll refresh this for 1,000 Soul Jade, and I'll get 20 more shards, bringing me to 220. It takes me about between 8 to 10 days to get 32,000. You get about between 3,000 and 4,000 a day, just by making sure. If you log in the morning and log in the evening, you can usually pull about 3,000, 3,500. If you do the Nightmare, you can choose a bunch of the shards, like I think 1,000 from within there, so you can get to it fairly quick. All right, and then once I do that and get it again, I'll refresh it and and I'll have enough to take him to 6 stars. Okay, so I'll have him up to 6. I'm probably going to spend the actual ones. I don't have Tensei Zangetsu's weapon yet, unfortunately, but I do have White Ichigo's weapon. But still, he's just doing more. He's at 89 and his total power is at 103. So what I'll probably do is, once I finish with Kenpachi, I'll just even these up, meaning I'll make sure that everything is even as much as I can make it, because I've got his weapon, and see which one's more powerful. I can still bring this one up a little bit, and I might use it on Ichigo, but I'm leaning toward Tensei Zangetsu, and I'll use the Omni Shards to bring that character up to 6 as well. And then the Soul Box events, they said they're going to do a little bit. There's going to be some Soul Box events, so we'll be able to get some characters, and we'll be able to get some of the weapons for some of the other characters. So as that goes, I'll focus on that. But this is my current team. Tensei Zangetsu, White Ichigo, Kenpachi running the backfield, and then we got Tank, Irakura, Tank, Full Hollow Ichigo, and now Tank, Zazu Sapporo. I have already started replacing Zazu Sapporo in place of Shinji in a squad boss, just to see what would happen, and had an interesting interesting result which surprised me. This one was done with Zazu Sapporo. This one was done with Shinji. I'm not exactly sure how much of this is related to just luck, but one thing I do notice is normally the team that I'm running, I run, since it's a blue, the squad boss is blue, I run red against it, except for Full Hollow Ichigo. Full Hollow Ichigo is actually a blue, but he's actually an attacker as well. If you look at his actual nomenclature, you will see that he is as well as a lifesteal reach, so he's also an attacker, so he does do pretty good damage. Okay, so what I've been running is I run Tensu Zangetsu White Ichigo Kenpachi, and then in the front line I put Full Hollow Ichigo, okay, and then I put base Ichigo because he's red, and that's what I run. And then I run Shinji. That way I have all red except for Full Hollow Ichigo, but since the attacker doesn't matter, and that's what I use. You know, so that's what I've been using for some time. But I decided, since I've got Zazu Sapporo at 3, I'll just go ahead and stick him in to see what happens. Got more damage. And the reason I did is because when I'm done with the squad boss, in the front row, the only person left alive is Full Hollow Ichigo. The 3 back usually survive. They don't lose them very often, hardly ever. But both Ichigo and Shinji die. Okay, now they die around 8 roughly. Zazu Sapporo died at 8 too, but Zazu Sapporo has a revive. That's right, so he revived himself and came back alive. Popped right back up on the screen with with just a little bit less than half health. So he was able to continue, and after he got himself up, he actually hit another poison, so he was getting the OT. So he definitely has more survivability than Shinji, as he's a tank. But I'm also getting more damage. So I'm not even finished with him yet. I mean, I've only got his as you can see, his weapons, accessories, and whatnot are only at gold 1, while I've got Shinji's at red 2, and the weapon here is actually, at awakened as well. So, we'll have to see exactly what's going to happen in terms of that. Another value is I don't have his weapon awakened, and I do have Zazu Sapporo's weapon awakened because he was in the soul box. So that's another thing against him. Negatives are the fact that I can get shards for Shinji within the soul summon, the Soul Jade 2.0 summon. You can get Shinji shards in there. So it would be easier to take him. It'd be easier to actually increase his level to 6 in the Soul Jade 2.0 summon. He is a draw. If you look at the reward, not that reward, I'm sorry, look at the info, you will see that you do get shards for him. And I do get shards for him. So he is technically a free-to-play character. Now, he doesn't do much damage. And he doesn't, and because I don't have his awakened weapon, I don't know how much actual real damage he can do. But in my terms, he's not doing much damage. And he doesn't offer very much in the way of a team synergy that Zazu Sapporo is going to be applying, the DOT. So he's going to be more beneficial, more damage as a tank, so more survivability. So he's going to be, and he has more of a team setup than Shinji does. Shinji's in 1v1. You should always be using Shinji in 1v1 in the inside of the arena, the Kenpachi, because he has no trouble whatsoever taking on ones that are more powerful than him. He has no problem at all. I got to run this today, yeah, he'll beat higher stars. He'll beat more power, simply because of his rage steal. He prevents them from using the rage on him. Normally, in space of a match, a 1v1 match, you usually have a chance to rage 3 times. Most of the time, when Shinji's fighting, the opponent only rages once. They never have time to get to rage because he keeps stealing their rage, which allows him to handle characters that are a little bit more powerful than him in terms of power and in terms of stars and enhancements. It allows you to actually beat them simply because you keep them out of rage, and that's where they do most of their damage. So yeah, but he's an excellent 1v1 character. So you don't want to completely ignore him in terms of I don't even want to do him. But if you do 1v1, and I do 1v1, that you should consider building him up simply for that. But in terms of a team, he really doesn't offer too much in the way of a team. Zazapur just offers more, and I've got his weapon, so awakened weapon. So I've been able to awaken his skills. So it just makes I think in the end he's going to have more power. So that's why I switched to him. But yeah, so that's the event. So we got the tour challenge up, do draws on the grid. Everything else is pretty much the same. So this event will be over, and we'll have the next event. I'm trying to figure out when the new Ichigo is going to drop. That's the next big character. But thankfully they're giving us time to build up our Soul Jade. So if he's introduced, I'm hoping they'll introduce him through limited time summon. And if that's the case, you need about 12 enough to do the pulls for him. 5 pulls usually, and then you'll be able to get. But that's just the base, 2 stars. Not really useful at that point. But yeah, I will definitely pull him just so I have him, because once I have him, I can use Omni Shards on him, and that's the thing with this, the Wonderweiss character in this new event. 25 shards does nothing for me. Unless I can get 50, it's really no use even focusing on him, and there's no guarantee I'm going to get 50. So I might just go ahead and get the Omni Shards and do the Essence, maybe do the Tech Research, because the Tech Research is a nice way to, it gives it a chance to get something. But these things are virtually impossible to come by, these research tokens. Yeah, hard to come by, and you need 10 of them. So that's why they're in the treasure hunt, because it's an item that you can't get, but it's 3 gold tokens. So this is 3 pulls on the actual Tech Research. So you could be lucky. I mean, it could turn into something that you really need. Okay. So, it's a chance, of course, a low chance, but at least it's a chance. And you can choose which one you want to focus on. So it does have its thing. It's just, it's a little too expensive for Soul Jade, which is why I don't do it. I've done it once or twice just to see what would happen. I got shards one time. I think I got shards. I think it was Full Hollow Ichigo shards. I think is what I got. What I did, because I did a pull to Full Hollow Ichigo to see if I could snatch up his the some more shards for him, and I did lucky. No, it wasn't for him. Who was it? I can't remember one character. Who was it? I pulled shards for it on that, and I ended up getting some shards, but I can't remember who it was for. I know it wasn't for him. It might have actually been Ichigo, Full Hollow Ichigo that I did to pull on. Yeah, because I wouldn't pull on these. But yeah, so I think it was for him. I'm almost ready to take up Ichigo to 7 stars. So he'll be pretty powerful. I'm going to start breaking him up to red 3 too as well, just simply because I'm using him in Squad Boss. Now that I've got my final team set, at least the team I'm happy with. Like I said, I had 2 holes. I didn't have a really good tank. Replaced Yaku with Aircore, and my Vermilion Bird was lacking in Shinji. Now I have Zazapur, which I'm happy with. So I've got my team. Now I'm going to start focusing on itsy bitsies, mini maxing, as they say, and to do those things, raising up their items, awakening and stuff like that, to keep powering them up. Now that I've got a team that I'm willing to focus on, because I didn't want to focus too much stuff on the other characters if I wasn't going to be using them. I wasn't too, unimpressed with using Shinji because I use him in 1v1. But in terms of team, just not quite where I need to be. So, but now that I've got Zazapur, I'll be doing it. So in a few days, we'll go ahead and have a video. I'll do a video, and we'll hit some of those elite stages, see if we can get past it, and then we'll go ahead and jump into story mode 23, where we can start, going to red 4s, red 5s, and in times rainbow. Because I will probably try to shoot for rainbow 1. At least enhancement-wise. Have to see how much it costs. I'm saving the gold in anticipation that it's probably going to cost $2 million to do red 1 enhancements, so that could go fast. So I'm being very lucrative with my gold and not using it on characters unless it's a character that I'm going to use. simply because I know that the enhancement is going to cost a lot of money. Weapon and character enhancements are going to be very expensive when you start getting up in the red. I think it's 1.5 million just in terms of enhancements, just for equipment and stuff. So you really need to, you really need to make sure that you have the gold. So wasting it, don't try to go wasting it on lower level characters unless you can get a great benefit from it. Okay, so all right, so thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Once you subscribe, you'll see a bell. If you click on that bell, you get notified each time I do drop a video. Also, remember to like and share the video. The way the YouTube system works, the more times a video is liked and shared, the more times it gets viewed, and the more people see it, drawing more people to the channel. So it's a cumulative effect, all right? So that's all I got for today. So thanks a lot for watching. And this is Ken Rear coming at you from the corner, signing out.